got a cherry bomb.
Welcome back to Breaking Beauty Podcast, everyone. I'm Jill Dunn, one of your co-hosts, and I'm here with Carlene Higgins.
Hello, that's me. Carlene Higgins is here on the scene.
Well, we're in studio today in LA, and our lovely producer, Olivia, is in the room with us.
Hey, Olivia.
I hope that everybody caught our gift guide last week because we had a lot of good gifts that
definitely did.
would inspire people for this holiday season.
Yes, and now I feel like we have this follow-up Damn Goods episode.
Yeah.
We rarely do back-to-back Damn Goods, but it happened this year. This is our gift to you.
That's right.
For the holidays.
Well, I think there's always room to, in December, where we're currently in, sort of take a look back and zoom out and assess what people were excited about that for whatever reason we may have tried but not had a chance to talk about. So the theme of today's episode is we are trying all of the viral products from 2025 that we have kind of put on our face ourselves, and we're determining if they're hashtag damn good or not.
That's right.
And so there's a lot of very fun things on this table. We encourage you to watch on YouTube if you haven't joined us there yet. It's Breaking Beauty Podcast. Please come join us, subscribe. It's free.
Well, I think what our listeners are really going to love about today is we have a lot of affordable beauty products. And, coming off of a gift guide where you're investing money and gifting other people and spending money, I think it's fun to find, under $15 lippies and $8 mascaras and all of that. So we are going to be talking about a lot of drugstore products today, but also viral products from celebrity brands, from influencers, and the fragrance that was kind of the big deal in 2025.
Right.
So we have a little bit of everything today, and also some things. I enjoyed doing the guinea pigging for this episode because I tried some products that were outside of my comfort zone. And I think that's always just a fun challenge for an old beauty hag such as myself.
Don't count yourself out. I feel like when you kind of had that same feeling when we did the Amazon episode back around Prime Day. And by the way, I do think for this entire month of December, keep an eye on our socials when we see promos for some of these things, because no doubt there will be more,
Black
deals
Friday, all
to be
of that.
had during December. So we will be linking out to those.
Yes, absolutely.
So today we're going to be talking about the new Natasha Denona foundation, lip stains, cheek stains, Michaela Makeup's entree with her makeup line. Also have some beauty tools and gadgets.
Oh, interesting.
That made it onto my top shelf.
Okay.
And what else do you want to shout out?
I'm going to be talking about a pore diminishing primer.
Ooh.
A clone, I'm going to say. I'm not going to use the word dupe. So I'm going to be talking about some clones that'll save you dollars upon dollars.
Okay, so I think we need to talk about probably one of the most viral products this year in 2025. This is the Sachu Lip Liner Stain, and it's spelled STAY-N.
Okay.
So stay in.
Stain, yeah.
Peel off lip stain.
Yes.
$14 on Amazon.
Seen so many of these, but there's another brand that does this too, right?
Wonder Skin does.
That's right.
They do it as well. You twist.
Okay.
So basically, this is the peel off lip stain craze. And it's a long lasting waterproof lip tint with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, transfer proof matte finish, vegan and cruelty free. Zero smudge, locked in color all day, 10 shades. And the color that I tried is called Pinked. I think this is one of their, but it's P-inked.
Yeah.
So you, so basically the idea.
Clever, Sachu.
Yes. So basically what you do with this is a very, very thin wand like you would get in a liquid lipstick.
I've swatched it here.
Yeah. A liquid lipstick kind of tube, very thin, long wand. And the idea is that you're using this like a lip liner. You use the edge of it and you sketch around your lips. And that is then left on for 10. Some people leave it on for 20 minutes. And then you peel it off. And that is meant to be your lip liner for the day.
But are you meant to use it as a full lip color as
can.
well?
You can. Now, so my thing is this morning I did have it on all over my lips. And literally the room service lady like came to my room and I'm like, yeah, I look a little crazy because it goes on very, very dark because it is meant to be a stain.
Yeah, it looks almost black.
Exactly.
Is this the one that Ari, the one we follow, the influencer Ari Krista or whatever uses?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. She uses one of these. I don't know if it's Wonder Skin or this one.
Ari Kitsia?
Yeah.
Ari Kitsia. Thank you, Olivia.
Yes. We want to have her on the show. Not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to give this a spin, given her
it's
line
funny.
Of work.
So the way that she does it is very unique. She only does, is it the bottom or the top? She only does the top lip. This is why we need to have her on the show to ask her why only the top lip.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times she's been asked that, but I'm so curious. So either way, you're going to line it or you're going to put it on and then you're going to peel it off.
And then you leave it on to sort of marinate and then you peel it off. So it's like a lip stain.
Okay.
So a couple of things, like it can get messy very quickly. Does it stay on? Yeah, like it feels like a throwback product in a way that like the Revlon color stay. Remember the dual ended?
Yep.
And you would put on the color. And before you put on the clear end, you felt like your lips were going to evaporate. Like it was so dry.
Yes.
I felt like that was definitely the vibe I was getting from this. But because you're eventually peeling it off, you don't get that dryness. You just get the color payoff.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm not, I think you have to have an extremely steady hand to get that precise, good looking lip line with a product like this versus a lip pencil, right? Because you saw the wand. It's not like pointed at the very end. So to sketch around, I found like it could go off the rails.
It looks kind of like a regular lip gloss. A little bit pointy, but not especially.
Yeah, like it's a firmer.
Yeah.
It's not as like squishy as a typical Joe foot applicator, but that was my one thing. I was like, you'd really have to almost like hold your elbow. I wished I had done that after and sketched it on. But yeah, I thought the color was really pretty and it definitely like stained your lips. So Olivia's in the room with us and she's our producer. You've used this product, Olivia?
Yes, I have. No, I love it. I feel like it lasts probably about like half the day.
Sometimes
I'll reapply on my lunch break, but I also try Ari's tip with the top lip and then like a kind of a
gloss on the bottom.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Okay.
So I think of all I think this was one of the most viral products this year. And I think a lot of people are willing to give it a go because it is $14.
Yeah.
Right?
And it is
and
fun.
10 shades.
You can use a different way. 10 shades. That's amazing.
Now they did come out with a cheek version. I didn't try that. Have you tried that?
I have not.
Okay.
This one is like an applicator, like the kind of like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, like a little squishy marshmallowy tip. And that's how you would like apply it. So I feel like, again, this could get a little messy.
Okay.
But this is a stain and I don't believe that you peel this one off.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that changes everything.
Right.
Then we're not as interested.
We want the gimmick.
It
don't
does say
we?
cheek stain again,
Yes.
but yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, maybe Jill can try this on TikTok for us. Okay, well, stain is definitely a trend that's happening right now.
Yes.
And probably moving into 2026 as well. So I tried kind of like the drugstore version of this. I tried the NYX Lip IV Hydrating Gloss Serum. It's $12 US and $16.99 in Canada. Unfortunately, I forgot it in my hotel room, so I don't have it here.
Shoot.
I know there are a million NYX products, but it's the one that looks like it's in almost like a beaker tube, like a cylinder.
Okay.
And it says IV on it pretty clearly, and it has like a turquoise band around the top, and then you see that IV, right? So, in my opinion, I think that this is NYX's answer to these peel-off products.
Yeah.
I'll explain why. First, I just want to say there's 12 shades in total in Canada. There seems to be 16 in the US. And they describe it as a hydrating, wet color, and lasting stain. So with this product, you put it on, and once again, the girlies on TikTok, they're using it either as an all-over lip color, or a lot of girls were using it as a lip liner. So it has kind of like that heart-shaped gloss tip where it is pointy on the end. So it's maybe a little bit easier to use it as a lip line if you want to. And it gives you this really wet, glossy look. Jill, you might remember I was at the Hung Van Gogh lunch with you
Right.
recently, and that's where I tried this Lip IV product. And I used like a deep kind of plum color. And I wanted to see how it would last through the 3 courses. And I did find that like that wet, glossy, pigmented shade really just wiped right off.
Yeah.
And what I was left with is you could just see my lip liner. And I had taken the effort to do the lip liner before I filled in the middle. So I guess there is that. Truthfully, I wasn't in love with it. But this morning when I used it, I did it a different way. I used a different color as well. It's called Caramel Drip, I believe. And it's a little bit more of like a neutral like peachy brown kind of thing. And so I used that one all over. But what I was seeing on TikTok was a lot of people who were wiping off that glossy finish right away. So even though the intention of this is that it's more hydrating, it's a wet color, they're getting rid of that finish right away. And you just see this really pretty stain underneath. So I did that and I really liked the look of it. And I found that that lasted quite a bit longer. And like, I loved that finish. But I also did what I saw some people, some content creators doing on TikTok, which was using it as a cheek stain.
Right.
So I put that on my cheeks and I just blended it in. And I was like, this is actually kind of genius because you are getting this creamy, really pretty, like dewy color, and it's a stain. And that's one of the biggest complaints that people have about cream colored blush is that it doesn't last. It often just like wipes off or your face eats it. So it does give you this little bit of stain. And I loved that kind of monochromatic look I was getting. And I was like, you know what? Now I get it. So I'm giving this product a thumbs up, especially for the price point. It's a little different than the peel off, but I think it's giving you a different kind of benefit. Like, again, you wouldn't use the peel off on your cheek, whereas I feel like this one is definitely worth trying to use that way.
Well, I think also, their cheek stain is definitely capitalizing on that moment from Sashu, rather. Yeah.
And according to the brand, they're saying that this product was the most talked about drop of 2025.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah.
NYX is always good for a viral moment. I just want to shout out another lip product. And this one's very exciting. It's a launch that just happened within the last few weeks. And it's actually from Michaela Makeup, the incredible TikToker from Boston, from Massachusetts.
On our show, everyone.
We had her on our show before many people did, before she even had representation, to be honest. So that was a great conversation. Go back and listen to it. She's been on our show a few times now.
Yeah.
And a couple of months ago, back in the summer, I reviewed her skincare, which I thought she cooked with it, as the kids say. POV Beauty, the entire skincare line, it's all made in Korea, and the textures are all meant to be layered and worn under makeup. The whole idea is that it does not pill under your makeup. And I've continued to use it. I think the formulas are really
That's
great.
Saying a lot.
And now she came out with makeup.
I saw that video and I was like, girl, you are just killing it.
Michaela?
Because she came out with a video. I don't know if you probably saw it.
I'm not sure.
It was when she launched the makeup and she basically said, guys, this was my plan all along. It was never about a skincare line. It was never about that. There was always makeup in the works, but I just wanted to start with skincare because that's how you start your process of getting ready.
Yeah.
But she was like, it was always going to be a makeup line. And I was
Incredible.
Like, queen.
Yeah. And I think behind the scenes right now, Ulta and Sephora are duking it out who's going to get her line because it is just instantly viral.
Yeah.
She's built in marketing. She used to work at Ulta, but Sephora gave I can't even remember how many gift cards to her followers. I think it was like $30,000 worth of gift cards to her audience to go shop at the Sephora in Times Square. So she's probably like, what can you offer? What can you offer? Like she has them in the palm of her hand.
Absolutely.
I'm quite sure of it. But she came out with a lip kit, her version of the lip kit.
Okay.
And it's called the Amp It Up Lip Ampule and Contour. I literally can't read it, guys, because it's a reflective package and I can't see under these lights.
I have my glasses on if you want me to read it.
Yeah, it's just that it's reflective and I can't.
Point of View Amp It Lip Ampule Plus Contour It Lip Pencil. That is a mouthful. I will say that.
It's the kit.
Yes.
Amp Kit. Yeah, instead of Amp It, it's Amp Kit. Whatever. So it's $34 and it's 2 products in one. So it's her version of it's like the 2025 version of like the Kylie lip kit. Very high quality. I would say again, feels like makeup forever. The pencil goes on smooth as butter. Today I'm wearing, they only had press samples left of the dark colors. So today I am wearing toasted marshmallow.
It looks great.
I feel like I was quite messy and in a rush putting it on, but I think I could make it look a lot better. And it's like a lip pencil, and which is very pigmented, glides on really beautifully, and then a lip gloss that's in a complementary color. So it's that lip kit idea, but a 2025 finish. It feels the lip ampule. The lip gloss feels very K-beauty. Like it feels super nourishing as well if you want to swatch. And it's selling out like hotcakes.
It's also made in Korea, by the way.
That I didn't even know that, but I assumed. And it's a gripping lip pencil, Carlene. So she's taken the idea of the gripping primer, which she created in her skincare. I've never seen that before. So the idea is that it's gripping onto the color of the lip gloss as well. So you're going to get that longer staying power.
Could be marketing spin there, but yes, I hear you.
I mean, yeah, of course.
I mean, it just goes to show people have their love for her continues, which is amazing.
Well, I think there's a love-hate, honestly.
Exactly.
And but she's playing it brilliantly. And
well, that's what I mean is I was just being really honest. I was concerned there for a hot minute because you know, there was some blowback about various different things. And so I wasn't sure if the love was still there. But I think at the end of the day, the sell-through on this has been incredible. And it goes to show that people still trust, you know, what she has to say. So we talked about a little bit earlier about how stains seem to be having a moment. And so I think that's a good introduction to one of the most viral products from e.l.f. this year, and it's the e.l.f. Sheer For It Blush Tint.
Okay.
I'm holding it here. It is $6 US. Unbeatable, this price.
Incredible.
$8 in Canada. It comes in 5 shades. And I'm just going to say it. It is a clone of the Benetint.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. Even the bottle? It looks like Benetint, where you can see through it. It's kind of like a jelly red color. And then there's a really pigmented red water is what it looks like inside. And of course, Benetint had redesigned their applicator. It used to be like a nail polish brush, and now it's like a lip gloss.
Okay.
And so this e.l.f. one is the same.
Doe foot kind of.
The doe foot applicator. Yep. Just for reference, the Benetint is $28 US and $38 in Canada.
Okay.
The e.l.f. Sheer For It comes in 5 shades. So you've got like a poppy red, a poppy coral, a poppy pink, a little bit of a deeper burgundy. And you just kind of swipe it on and then you tap it in. And just like Benetint, you can use it on your lips or your cheeks. But this one's called Sheer For It Blush Tint. So it's meant to be for blush. And again, I think it gets at that idea of like a dewy look, but make it stain.
Right.
You know, it's not a powder, like a cakey powder, but it's not going to go anywhere on you. What I would say in comparing the two is that I do find the e.l.f. to be a little bit more stainy. And what I mean by that is, so because of this little doe foot applicator, when I put it on, I did 2 dots. And the way that I did it, it kind of looked like a heart. And I was like, when I first put it on the cheek, and I was like, oh, that's cute. So I did one side and then I did the other. And by the time I went to blend the second side, it was like that little heart was kind of showing through.
Oh, I see.
That's how stainy it is. So I think it's more of a stain than the Benetint. So what you want to do is do one cheek with like 2 dots, blend it in, and then do the other cheek, blend it in, as opposed to, you know, dotting on each side. That's just a little tip. I think the Benefit gives you just a little bit more playtime. But I could not help but to compare to the Victoria Beckham Beauty.
Yeah. She's
product.
getting a lot of love on our show this year.
Yes. But this is the Color Wash Blush Water Tint that came out probably around the same time. And I gave some love to this product in our newsletter. If you guys aren't subscribed, we have a monthly newsletter where we talk about the things we love that month that didn't make it onto the show. So I did give a shout out to this product, but I honestly didn't realize that the e.l.f. product existed at that time. So I just thought, oh, here's like a new update on a classic product. That's kind of cool. I didn't know the e.l.f. was around. So the Victoria Beckham Beauty is $46 US and $66 in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty crazy that you can essentially get the same effect from the e.l.f. One thing I would say, this one, the Victoria Beckham Beauty has a different applicator for better, for worse. It's a dropper. So kind of like what you would use for a serum. You drop it on and then same thing, you blend it in.
Yeah. Now what goes a long way.
A little goes a long way. But what I'll say about the Victoria Beckham Beauty is because a little bit goes a long way, it can get away from you. So you just want to do like one drop.
I'm looking at Carlene right now. She's sitting on a white couch. Yeah. This is dangerous.
Didn't bring any wipes.
Absolutely. Sorry,
Typical
dear
me.
media.
Typical me. But what I would say is it's not quite as stainy as the other two. It's a little bit more watercolor and a little bit less stainy.
That's the name of it, is it not? Watercolor blush.
Water tint.
Yeah.
So so it is a little bit different, I would say. And so they're all a little bit different in their own way, especially in price, but there's definitely a 3 makes a trend, everyone.
So sticking with makeup, I wanted to talk about a foundation that has gone completely viral, and that is the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Foundation Hydrating and Blurring Luminous Longwear Serum Foundation.
Oh.
$52 US, which feels like a steal.
In this day and age?
Well, compared to Armani or Pat McGrath.
Yep. 78 or whatever, or 92, or what is it?
Those are, well, Armani in Canada is creeping up to $100.
Yeah.
This is like half the price.
Yeah.
So it is a medium buildable self-setting hybrid formula powered by amino acid pigments, Korean technology, and developed in Italian labs, which we all know are the best. And so it's a serum foundation for all skin types with skincare benefits. And it's meant to balance your complexion and reduce visible signs of aging, all with up to 18 hours of wear. I loved this formula so much. Like, I feel like it does feel like a next generation kind of formula.
Okay.
I just felt like it was really seamless, and the pigments, it just blended beautifully. It just looks like skin when you put it on. And I understand why this is viral. You know, it's one of those ones when you try it, you're just like, oh yeah, I get it. I absolutely get it. Now, the one thing that I would say, Carlene, and I don't think I'm alone in this, is that it was tricky for me to find my right color.
Oh.
And I think that I need to go into the store to do it because I was eyeballing trying to figure this out, and I still don't think that I have my right shade, which is like the biggest bummer when you're like, the formula is perfect, but I still you can't be going out in public and not have the right shade going.
It's also hard to assess.
And
I find
sometimes that happens to me too. Like NARS is very difficult for me as a brand to find my shade. And so I think that can just happen sometimes depending on the undertones they're using, things like that. But what do you think of the formula?
Well, it's hard to say. My hand is covered in makeup.
She's got to use the other hand.
It's hard to say. I mean, I do, just using it on my arm, it does seem to blend in quite well. Like when it starts out, you're like, ooh, this is going to be a lot of but
a little goes a long way. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then it does seem to blend in where it's like a semi-sheer, I guess you would say.
It is pretty full coverage, but it's medium buildable, which is what all makeup artists do, all makeup artists recommend. And then you start out and little goes a long way, cover, go back in, cover.
Exactly.
So I do think that it's that's my only feedback to them, is that I don't feel like I got my right hue, but that could be, just there could be another one out there that does work for me. So I understand why this is viral. And I do think it has, whatever pigments she's using, it does have that blurring effect very subtly.
Is that what people are loving? Like, what are they loving where there's these viral videos?
And I think most people who, especially if you're over a certain age, they just want something that doesn't settle into their lines. And because this is a serum foundation, I think it's addressing that and the weightlessness of it. And then it's got that blurring effect, but it's not freakish. It's not the full coverage blur that you might have seen from some other like higher profile makeup brands that are very like social media first. This is still designed by a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And apparently she had a very viral concealer from this same range that people loved. I've never tried it, but this is like the partner to that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm excited I think you would like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think typically when we see serum foundation type formulas, they're usually more of a skin tint.
Yes.
So I'm thinking maybe what is original about this is that it's medium coverage, but you're still getting that serum-like quality.
Yeah. And I have a prediction that the people who are going to love this the most are the over 40 crowd.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I need to try it.
And it's and I do think we're seeing more brands, just speaking of this year, zooming out, catering, of course, your skincare brand, Casab Beauty, everybody, check it out. But like Sarah Creel, so many people love her concealer.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know if she has a foundation yet, but I do think that is the number one product that you're usually fine with all of your makeup. And then all of a sudden you're like, you hit 40 and you're like, my foundation looks like shit.
Yeah.
What am I going to use now? And you're totally overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Just giving that a shout out.
Now there's another little complexion product that went viral on our feeds this year. I don't know if you saw it, Jill. This is the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. It's $32 US, $45 in Canada. It comes in 4 shades. Have you seen people doing the one eye with this under eye corrector and one eye without?
No, it's really funny because I get served Tarte ads constantly, but I've never seen this product.
Okay, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think my friends have said this many times. The algorithm thinks I'm 25.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. She's fooling the system. I think for me, I mean, maybe I typed it somewhere, so I keep getting these videos. But the video that I keep seeing coming up again and again, and there's always, this gimmick to any of these viral videos, I feel. So with this product, it's the girly pops using a black magic marker and putting a little bit under their eye.
Okay.
Like softly, and then putting on this under eye corrector and being like, see, this one's gone. Okay, Olivia's nodding her head. She's seen the video. She's like, see, it's totally covered up that black marker, like a magic marker. So, of course, when I saw that, I was like, I need to try it.
That's compelling, yes.
I will say I'm not a person who suffers from terrible darkness under my eyes. A lot of that is genetic. Of course, I can have some, but I'm not the best tester for it.
Okay.
I will say. But I did try it.
This is very emollient.
It is very emollient,
Whoa.
which is important for under the eyes because you don't have any oil glands there, so it's easier to crease up where it'll settle into lines. So it makes sense that it's a very emollient formula because you don't want that creasing and caking under the eye area. But having said that, I think there's a little bit of a learning curve to it where you need to figure out the right applicator. Because I used my finger to apply it and I wasn't that happy with it. I think if I use the right type of concealer brush or complexion brush, like the little House Labs one that I have at home that I didn't have here, I may have had a better result that I liked better. Overall, I would say, in my humble opinion, I felt that this was quite expensive. Like for me, Tarte, I don't know, maybe I'm just behind in the times, but I thought it was an affordable cosmetics brand. So when I'm hearing like $32 for this little guy and $45 in Canada, like that just sounds expensive to me. And I did run myself a little test, which is the product that I talked about earlier, the NYX Hydrating Gloss Serum, the Lip IV. I used one of the darkest shades and I put just a little bit in the crease in my eyelids.
That was your magic marker.
That was my magic marker.
Sharpie.
And I just kind of like tissued it, but I could see I had some there. And I tried putting this over top and I didn't see any difference.
Real talk.
So I'm giving you the real talk, like for the money, I'm not sure.
Okay, fair.
I'm not sure.
Spend double and get the Clé de Peau. Call it a day.
There you go.
True
That
viral.
would be quadruple, but I am a stan for that one.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry about that, Tarte. I do really like the Shape Tape. So
okay.
I'll say that.
I'm gonna chat about some skincare.
Okay.
Next. This line really intrigued me, and because I think it confounded a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the Dua Lipa and Augustinus Bader new skincare line. And it's not just a one-off limited edition, everyone. This is a new skincare line.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's called Dua, D-U-A. And it launched in November with 3 products. I think that they had such huge success with Victoria Beckham and Augustinus Bader, and you and I have talked many times about their formulas and how good they are. I love those ones.
Yep.
And so I was really curious to try this one too. So the whole idea and what makes it different and why it is more affordable, it's a diffusion line, if you will. So they have their TFC8 technology, which is all about wound healing and wound care. That was Professor Bader's claim to fame. And bless him, he's been on our show. I don't even know what to say, but it's just like having your grandpa on the show and him explaining his wonderful, incredible research. But we're just doesn't get rid of my wrinkles.
You guys can hear it for yourself.
He's a sweetie.
Yeah.
So he says that TFC8, the original proprietary technology, this line uses a newer, gentler technology called TFC5, which is adapted for younger skin, and that's why it has a lower price point. While the original uses the TFC8. So if you're wondering about price point, everything is under $100.
Bullshit.
What? You think it's bullshit? Okay. Well, I tried it.
It's been adapted for this key ingredient has been adapted for younger skin, and that's why it's half the price.
Well, I'm not going to do his PR for him, but I do think that it's a bit of a tough sell that way. But I will say that I tried the renewal. So they have the balancing cream cleanser that's $40. They have the supercharged glow complex, $80, and that's a bioretinol, niacinamide, ectoin. And then they also have a renewal cream, and that one's $75. Of the 3 that I tried, I liked the renewal cream the best. And it feels like the Victoria Beckham one. It does. It feels like a dupe for that. Because the Victoria Beckham, I believe it's still $300, Carlene. So this is a third of the price.
Yeah.
So if you want to try it, that's who it's for. They clearly know that they need to break into a different demo, different market. And there you have it, everybody. Actually, that's the glow complex that you're trying. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's biting her tongue.
I'm just going to zip it now.
Okay.
I'm just going to zip it.
But that's the thing about what goes viral. It doesn't necessarily always go viral for the reason that the brands want it to.
Yeah.
And I still think that's okay. It's still everybody is talking about Augustinus Bader.
But, do they need to cover every single corner of the market is my question, Yeah. Does every skincare need to cater to every single skin age and type is kind of my question. But I guess if you need to endlessly grow, then that's what you need to do.
I don't think there's a skincare brand out there that just sits stagnant and says we're happy launching a product once every decade or something.
No,
you know what I mean?
There are lines for teenage people and for different groups where But yeah, most of them want it all.
Okay, well, I have one other skincare item that I want to shout out because I think one of the things we get asked about the most is skincare gadgets. And I wanted to talk about one that I did try and it was viral. So it's from Ziip. So a lot of people know Ziip Halo, which is the anti-aging device that is meant for, it's microcurrent. And I personally prefer that one to the New Face. So that's like for anti-aging. Ziip, the entire brand, is created by an esthetician. A lot of people don't know that. So she's developed these protocols with the tools that she's come out with. So They debuted this year what they call the Ziip Dot. It's a nano-current and micro-current acne treatment device. It's $199 US, $279 Canadian. And it's micro-current for acne treatment that reduces inflammation, swelling, and bacteria that causes acne. And then it has a nano-current setting that mimics it's for cell renewal, basically. So this is something, it's 90 seconds. It looks like a mini life preserver.
It does.
And it's yellow. It's very fun.
A little yellow donut, everyone.
Yeah. And you have to apply a clear gel that it comes with on your acne spots. And this is something that I will use when any acne sufferer understands this trauma, when you get like one on your jawline or on your neck, and you, even if you wanted to pop it, there's no popping happening. So this is really just like reducing it, shrinking it in size, and you use it 2 to 3 times a week for 90 seconds, and you turn it like clockwise, counterclockwise around the zit, and it actually does mimic what estheticians do to me in a studio, in a setting. Like, it probably doesn't happen to you, but have you ever had an esthetician use the wand around your chin and you can taste metal in your mouth?
Yes.
So it kind of gives you that vibe.
Oh, okay.
So it's killing the bacteria that's deeper. And I did find that the healing time was faster for those nasty little undergrounders.
Do you ever feel like that taste of metal feels kind of wrong? That's supposed to happen.
I think that it's going deep enough to kill the bacteria, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, I'll take it. Because
so what are we tasting, I wonder?
I think it's if you have a mouthful of metal, because we got our fillings in the 80s. That's what you're tasting.
I've got mercury back there, so like take it easy.
Yeah, so, but anyway, I did want to recommend it because I think especially if you do have someone in their teens or 20s and you don't want to get them on a retinol, or they don't necessarily have access to a dermatologist, or you don't want to be spending money on facials, this is money well spent and you can do, there is a setting to do the whole face.
Okay.
And you do it like 3 times a week. So, but if you're just targeting one area, it's 90 seconds.
All right.
And I saw it everywhere, all over TikTok. And so I wanted to share my experience.
All right. Hashtag damn good on that one. Okay. So we talked about how TikTok loves a before and after. One side of the face looks like X, the other one looks like Y. The Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay. So what you generally might see if you don't even know it on TikTok is somebody uses this primer and then they use like a skincare brush. I've been seeing this and they sweep one side of their forehead and it's just like as they sweep with this, it's kind of like a mint green jelly. The pores just like disappear, like grease on a window on one side versus the other, where it's just completely blurred and you do not see the pores. It's quite something. So I definitely wanted to try it. I called it in. So this is the Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer, $12.99 in the US. It's had 7.7 million views. What I will say, having tried it, that I like about it is the hydrating blur primer is that it feels cooling as soon as you put it on. It's described as a next generation blur primer. And here's the thing. When I first put it on, I did a half face 2 days in a row, different sides of my face. And when I first put it on, I was like, yeah, I can completely see the difference. This one looks a lot more blurred versus the other side. But then when I actually put on my makeup and I did like a wear test and wore it all day, I found that there was really no visible difference between both sides of my face. So I don't know. I feel like this is maybe a little bit of a trick where it's like something that you see in the moment, but I don't know that it gives me personally enough of a result where I would continue to use it.
Okay.
I talked about in a previous episode the Maybelline
Grippy Serum Makeup Primer.
And I much preferred that one. I will continue to use that one. This one I'm not as sure about.
And I think primers in general are going very viral right now on TikTok. There's a really sweet girl in Toronto, and I'm blanking on her, again, the handle versus the name, but she's actually friends with my niece Taylor. She's from Calgary, but she's in Toronto, and she made the Grown Alchemist Primer go viral. That's huge.
Yeah.
And then, it's such a random brand.
What's so great about that primer?
Well, she did a before and after of like it's smoothing the lines and shit.
Okay.
Right? And so again, it just
hit me, Grown Alchemist.
Yeah, and she did another one with a Maybelline one that she was talking about. What I love about her too, and she's such a sweetie, is like she will share her analytics on her story. She's like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
Yeah.
She's like, "I never thought people
her
would
handle?
see it." Pardon me?
What's her handle? Well, okay, guys, we don't know right now, but we will link to it in our show notes and on our website. Okay,
She's a real sweetie.
Okay.
And I just love that she's a Canadian girl and she's always
Amazing.
selling things out.
Here, try this. See if you like it.
Is this a parting gift?
Yeah, it's a parting gift. This is the Parfum de Marly Valaya, Valaya. I'm told that this is the biggest fragrance since Delina from the brand.
Okay.
It's $410 for the regular size and $250 just like Delina. Do you think it is as special?
I've never tried.
You haven't tried Delina?
No.
So I had high expectations of this one. Apparently this Valaya went viral last year. But then some people found it was too light. It was like not as it didn't have the staying power, and it's like it's meant to be kind of like a veil of cotton. They're saying it's bergamot, mandarin, and like a sweet white peach, so it's lighter, more of like a white floral. So they came out with an exclusive version, which is like a more intense, which I did try as well, but I am not a big fan of it. I prefer this one. So just saying, if you're a fan of Parfum de Marly and you always wanted something softer and lighter and more kind of cottony than Delina, then this might be one to try. I just wanted to finish off on a fragrance because we don't talk about fragrance that much.
I know. Anyway, that's a wrap for this episode. And as always, please, if you're so inclined, shop through our links. We always share those on our website. Everything we talk about today, we round up on our website, which is breakingbeautypodcast.com. And please do subscribe. If you want to give us a holiday gift, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Breaking Beauty Podcast. It's free, and you can watch this episode and see everything that we're talking about.
Hey, thanks, guys. See you next week.